So we were talking about perfect competition. So the first thing, as you remember, that in the long run, all factors are variable, right? There are no fixed costs. So what will happen if there are no fixed costs? So consequently, we said now that issue about, should you stay on or should you not, even if you are making losses, that doesn't arise. In the long run, if you are making losses, you have to get out, because this issue of meeting everything is an operating expense in the long run. There is no fixed cost in the long run. So consequently, in the short run, you might say, okay, I'll stick on because I'm still covering my variable costs. But in the long run, since everything is a variable cost, you have to get out if you are not making money. If, for instance, firms are making profits in the short run, then new firms will enter and those profits will be eroded away, competed away. So let's draw first a situation where we have a perfectly competitive firm. So here's your average cost curve, average total cost, and let's say here's your marginal cost curve. Now I want the firm to make a profit. So where should the price be? Above the minimum of the average total cost. Only then will you make a profit, right? So I'll put let's say the price is here. And then of course, how much does this firm produce? Price is equal to marginal cost. So this is the equilibrium quantity, right? And how much is the profit? Price minus average cost into quantity. So this is your profit. So what's happening in the market as a whole? So let's draw another diagram here. And so all the firms take this price as this should be the equilibrium price. So suppose this is the demand curve and this is the supply curve. So this is the market price. So this is the price which is determined by the market, and of course this is the equilibrium quantity, right? Let me call this Q bar, and Q bar of course is the sum of all these Qs. So you can think of millions of these individual firms out there, each having its own particular marginal cost and average cost curve, all of them taking this price as given, and whatever is each one deciding by itself how much to produce, and you add up all of these Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, on and on and on, and you add it up and you'll get this one, the big Q. Each firm is too small, too insignificant. So consequently, all of them have these supply curves, right? So there is another guy out there who also has his own supply curve. I have added up all these marginal cost curves to arrive at the total supply curve. The total demand is given here. So the equilibrium happens at this particular price, which everybody says takes as given. So think about, price of vegetables. Well, there's a huge, each individual vendor has its own supply curve, right? And then the total supply is determined by the market. All of us go to the market with our little amounts, and then that determines the market price. And the demand, of course, is there. Okay? And so what you have now I'm also not saying, since each of the firms will be different, it's not that all of them have to make profits. But suppose profits are generally being made. It is if you are reasonably efficient, you make profits. So what is going to happen? We said, so if this particular market or if this particular industry is profitable, the result will be new firms will enter the market. When new firms enter the market, what will happen? The supply curve should shift to the right. So the supply becomes, say, S1. Result will be the price will come down. right? So now the equilibrium price is P1 bar and the equilibrium quantity is Q1 bar, right? Because new firms have joined, and consequently what will happen at this price, the profits, what is the at this price, how much will I produce? Well, this much, price equal to marginal cost. I will go to Q1 star. So what has happened, actually each firm has reduced its output, but now since there are more firms, the total output has increased. So it will continue till we reach where? We will reach the minimum point. So until the price is exactly equal, say, to P2 at the minimum point of the average total cost curve, so the supply will shift to S2. Until this happens, the more and more firms will keep on joining. So finally, in the end, what will happen? All those who are efficient, who are inefficient, are not making money, will anyway have to leave. The firms which are efficient, who have the right costs, well, they will also find themselves in not such a good position. They will, because price is equal to minimum of average total cost, profits will be equal to 0. So there will be 0 economic profits.